Hi Math, I'm Andy. We've explored the rule of negative exponents, meaning that when you have a number raised to a negative exponent, it has a value of the reciprocal, 1 over that number raised to a positive exponent. It doesn't produce a negative value, it produces a reciprocal. Today let's explore what happens when that negative exponent is already in our denominator. In order to do this, we need to think about dividing fractions. If I wanted to take the number 1/3 and I wanted to divide it by 2, in order to simplify this, I need to eliminate the fraction within the fraction to have it simplified. To do that, we multiply the same number on top and bottom. To get rid of the 2 in my denominator, I can multiply by its reciprocal 1/2. But if I do that to the denominator, I have to also do that to the numerator. Now, following through with my multiplication, 2 times 1/2 is equal to 1. 1 times 1 is 1, and 3 times 2 is 6. 1/6 divided by 1, well, that's just simply 1/6. So, 1/3 divided by 2 is equal to 1/6 because we multiplied the reciprocal on top and bottom. Now we're going to use this same technique to think about negative exponents. Let's use the example 1 over 2 to the negative third. Well, 1 over 2 to the negative third. Following our rule of negative exponents, we could write 2 to the negative third as 1 over 2 to the third. Now, we can't have a fraction in a fraction for it to be simplified, so we're going to use this same technique we used above. Let's multiply by the reciprocals on top and bottom. So I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal of this, which would be 2 to the third over 1 on top and bottom. 2 to the third over 1. 1 times 2 to the third over 2 to the third times 1, that's going to give me a value of 1. And 1 times 2 to the third over 1 will just be 2 to the third. This will really just simply be 2 to the third power. So looking at our original question, what is 1 over 2 to the negative 3? Well, it has a value of just simply 2 to the third, or 2 to the third over 1. So we notice a pattern here. Our base number switched positions from the denominator to the numerator, and our exponent became positive. Now, that essentially is what's happening for all exponents that are negative in our denominator. Don't think of this as a negative number. Think of it as a movement. What it does is it transfers your base value to a different position in the fraction. So 1 over x to the negative n is x to the positive n over 1.